Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my FlossTube channel, Celeste Creates. It is Tuesday, I almost said Wednesday. It is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, and it's about 3 in the afternoon here, and the house is kind of quieter. And I finished doing some work around the house, and so I thought this would be a good time to film a video and get caught up a little bit. I know I usually publish, film and publish a video kind of every 2 weeks on a Thursday, but we had a busy weekend and a busy week last week getting my daughter ready for college and getting her to college, and so today is the first day that I felt like I could really get on here and film this. And so anyway, this is my 25th video, so that's kind of cool. My silver anniversary video, is that what we're going to call it? And also, it is a momentous occasion because I have just reached over 5,000 followers, and that's just so exciting and so unbelievable and so crazy all at the same time. And I am just so thankful for all of you who do subscribe and who watch these videos and who keep coming back for more. I'm just really thankful for all of you, each and every one of you, and I'm so thankful for all of the friendships that I have been blessed with because of doing FlossTube. Who'd have ever thought that that was such, that would be a possibility, that would be something that would happen. So yes, I have over 5,000 subscribers, and I will have a little bit of a giveaway at the end, so stay tuned for that in honor of my 5,000 follower mark. And so let's see, updates. What's been going on? Well, probably the biggest thing that's been going on is getting my daughter off to college. So this is my oldest son's third year of college up at Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. Go Ravens. And so he went back a couple weeks ago. He is working as an RA in a dorm this year, and so he got to go back earlier and drove himself up there. And then this past Friday, we took the rest of the family and we drove up to Atchison. And Saturday, we got my daughter moved into her dorm for her first year at Benedictine College. So it was just so much fun. It was a great trip. Of course, the week before that was just busy, right? Getting everything packed and getting those last minute things that she needed, and having those final meals and seeing a few people here and there before it was time to go. So that was a busy week, and then doing the big drive on Friday. It was really fun to get to Atchison and see my son and his girlfriend, and we got to go out to dinner with them and on Friday night, and that was a lot of fun. And then Saturday we got to move her in, and so it was just, this is our second time to do this, and Benedictine does it up big, and it's just such a fun move-in day for freshmen. There's just so much going on. There's music playing. You know, the president of the university is there to greet you as you drive in, and everybody is just so welcoming. I'm looking over because my dog is in the doorway. Doug is in the doorway to the game room, and I'm just trying to see if he's up to trouble. He's usually up to trouble. So anyway, Benedictine just makes it so much fun. So we had a great time. She got to meet her roommate and to get all moved in and set up, and it looks fabulous. I will, I put some pictures on Instagram, but I'll also try and include some photos at the end here. And so we did that, and had barbecue for lunch that the school put on. And then, yeah, I'm still keeping an eye on it. Oh, he's laying down now. Okay. They had a beautiful mass, for a farewell mass, and then we said goodbye to the kids. So we started our drive back to Wichita that evening and stayed there the night, and then made the rest of the drive back to Houston on Sunday. So it's a real fast-paced trip, but you know, just a lot of fun, a lot to do, and but we all have to get back. You know, my husband has work, and we have to start school here at home this week. But so far she's doing great. They start all the fun, the freshman orientation, they call it Rock Week, and they just start the fun the minute mom and dad leave, and so classes start tomorrow, and that's so she's just, it seems like she's doing great. So when we miss her, it's a little bit it's just kind of weird having two gone. It was a little easier this time because we've done it before and kind of knew what to expect, but hard just the same, because you just get so used to being with them all the time. And we had such a fun summer with all of them home. So anyway, say a prayer for her and for her big brother, that they'll stay safe and healthy and just have a fabulous semester and fabulous year ahead. So we're so excited. On the way up there, I got to make a trip at my favorite Kansas cross-stitch store, Heart's Desire, and saw the ladies there and got a couple things that I'll show you in my haul. And so they are always just the best, and it's fun to go and just be recognized, because I try and go every time we come through. And this time they recognized my husband as well, so that was pretty fun. And so yeah, great shop, great ladies. Thank you so much for being so welcoming. So anyway, I have been busy stitching. There's been, I guess since my last FlossTube, there have been a few days where I haven't done any stitching, but it's just been because we've been so busy getting people off to college and starting a new life. So anyway, but don't worry, I have plenty to show you. Not too many days go by before I got to make sure I sit down and stitch. So anything else to share? It's really hot here. Of course, it's actually it's really hot in Kansas too, so I guess they don't have the humidity. Yep, that's it. We're all good. All right, so let me organize my stuff here, and I will be right back, and we'll start with some finishes. Okay, first one I want to show you today is a finish. On August 2nd, I started this chart, The Light Upon the Lawn, from Blackbird Designs. It is one of the loose feathers for the birds. It's for the birds number 2. Love the colors, and I think I said in my last video, this is one of 3 in the series that I'm planning to stitch. I don't think I'm going to stitch all of them, but I do have 3 picked out and ready to go to stitch. So I did this one on the called for linen, which was 36 count ale by Picture This Plus, and I did all of the called for flosses. So I started that on August 2nd, and I finished it since we last were here, and there it is. The colors, I just love the colors in this. They're so beautiful. Blue is my very favorite color, and I just love the combination of blues and beiges and greens in this. I made, you know, put an H there for our last name. I know I made some mistakes down here in the there was something about back stitching the stems in this flower vine here that not sure why I had so much trouble with it, but anyway, I kind of adjusted on both sides and it all worked out. But I was laughing, it's like, why can't I do this? So that is The Light Upon the Lawn, and I love it, love it, love it. So beautiful. So I'm gonna stop here and show you, because I can, because it makes sense. I'm not sure it really makes sense, but anyway. So here, I showed you this last time, that these are the other 2 that I'm going to stitch. One is, I think the next one I'm going to do is this one, The Last Ripe Berries. That's number 9. And then I will stitch this one, which is the Summer Beaming 4th. And that is number 8. This one, both of these, they have almost the same threads. There's a little bit of, you know, some that are in one that aren't in another. But this one right here, the Summer Beaming 4th, calls for Picture This plus Oaken. And I got myself a beautiful piece, just the right size, of Oaken up at Heart's Desire in Wichita. So I tuck that in my bag. And then this beautiful one, The Last Ripe Berries, takes Picture This plus Wren. And I was able to get myself a piece of wren as well. So I have all those, I have those 2 charts and those 2 pieces of linen and the flosses together in a bag, ready for some stitching. So I don't know when I'll start my next one, but they are ready to go, all kitted up, and so that'll be fun, because when I feel like I want to do a small Blackbird, I'll pull one of those out and it's ready to go. So anyway, that's exciting. Love this. And then here's the other thing I got. So I'm always looking for ways to finish framing, whatever it is, especially the framing, because framing is very expensive. So I'm always looking for ways to kind of frame that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, so that I can frame it myself and have it done. And I don't know, maybe it's not as beautiful as some of the beautiful custom framing that people have done, and I do love that. It's so beautiful, but I don't have the money to to stitch all the things and buy the stash and pay for professional framing. So I gotta choose. So I'd rather stitch and finish it myself. So I was looking around on Etsy because I needed a frame with a 6x6 opening, I think. Yeah. And so I found, here, I'll show you all 3. I found a set of 3 unfinished wood frames. And with shipping, it was $20 for all 3. So they're just unfinished, probably pine, very simple. I mean, they're gonna stain them or do a paste wax. Okay, so I bought some brie wax on Amazon, and it's liquidy, and it says it's supposed to be stored in like 60-degree temperature or something, 65. Well, that just doesn't exist here right now, so I'm really not sure what to do with it. If anybody has some thoughts on that, or I really thought it was supposed to be like a paste wax. Maybe I was mistaken. Anyway, if anybody has any good ideas for finishing these with a paste wax or something else, give me some suggestions in the comments below. So I can sand these and finish them somehow, and then frame it up, and it should fit. It's not very, but anyway, these should fit just perfectly in my frame. Here, let's see if I can make it look better than that. Like that. Like that. Beautiful. It's going to be really pretty, I promise. And so then my idea, again, I think, is to hang 3 in a line up and down, the 3 that are done. So anyway, that was a haul off of Etsy. I think it was called Nice Frames. Somebody else had a frame suggestion recently that I want to try. But I found these and the price was right. $20 for all 3. And then they're just, you know, they're gonna be the perfect size for these. So that was a little bit of finish and haul all wrapped up together. All right, next thing is a finish and an FFO. So I started this chart by the Prairie Schooler a long time ago, probably last summer. Autumn Leaves. I started it because I really loved this. I loved the little verse, and I wanted to try Prairie Schooler. I myself am not a huge Prairie Schooler fan, and that's okay. Everybody has things they love and don't love, and Not that I'd never stitch another one, but it's just not my favorite. But something possessed me, like right after I finished The Light Upon the Lawn. I think I'd taken the boys, or one boy, to the orthodontist, and I had worked on, I didn't bring that up. I'd worked on just some fill-in work on a snowman. And I came home and I wanted to work on something else, and something just said, well, go get your autumn leaves out and let's get that finished. So I pulled it out, and I really didn't have that much more to do, and it's not hard stitching. So I gave it a couple more days, like 2 days, and it was done. So I'm really glad to have it done, and it's not, I think it was feeling like a burden. I don't know why. I didn't love it, and I hadn't finished it, but I hated that it was sitting, you know. But I got in there, and I got it finished, and I got it FFO'd, and I feel really good about it now, and I do love it. I do love it. It's not that I don't love the chart. I'm just not a Prairie Schooler fan. So I won't say I'll never stitch another one, because that would be, you know, that would be silly, because I'm sure I'll probably stitch another one. Anyway, I'm just going on and on. All right, so picked it up, didn't have a whole lot left, finished it in 2 more days, FFO'd it, and I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited to put it out for fall. Actually, it's already kind of out because I just stuck it somewhere. So let me show you first the stitched piece. There it is. I love that it's long. I do love that. And I do love the little verse. It's so sweet. Come, said the wind to the leaves one day. Come o'er the meadows and we will play. Put on your coats of scarlet and gold, for autumn is here and days grow cold. And I do love that so much, and the colors are really pretty. So I am really glad it's done. So yes, love the numbers down here in the grass. So really pretty. So what I did is I sewed a strip of this orange fabric. I had it from a quilt that I'd made for somebody. A strip of orange fabric at the top, and I sewed on some lace, and then I sewed that lace down so it would stay put. And then I really just made it like a pillow. You would make a pillow, but it has no batting and no stuffing. So I essentially put it all right sides together and turned it right side out. You know, sewed all the way around the edges, turned it right side out, and this is what I ended up with. And then I had this really pretty piece of trim from Lady Dot Creates, and I just kind of made a bow thing. I don't know, it's pretty. I really like how that looks. And then put a button over here so you can hang it. So there's the back, the front. And then I was looking around because I was, I think I did the hanging thing. I think I figured this out because I'd already ordered this. So I was kind of looking for a fun way to finish it. And I loved all the boards. But I found this on Amazon. Pretty sure it was $13. I will put an affiliate link below so that you can check it out. It's actually a beautiful, whether it's a cutting board or a charcuterie. I know I don't say that right. Charcuterie. Anyway, the stuff with the meat and the cheese and the olives and the pickles. It's a really beautiful board. It's actually very, very nice for $13, and the color was really pretty. So I ordered that off of Amazon, and then I decided when it came, it was so pretty, I didn't want to glue anything on it. I just thought, well, what if I want to use it for something else someday, or put some other piece on it someday. So that's how I came up with the little hanger. And that's the finish. So it's just loose, it's hanging there, but it's not, you know, I'm going to stand it up on a table, and that's how it looks. So it's just hanging on there, and I love it. I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. So again, that's Autumn Leaves by the Prairie Schooler, and I will be giving this away at the end. And so yeah, I'm really happy that I have a fall finish already, something to put out for fall. So that is my finish in FFO, and I'm glad it's done. Yay. Okay, what else have I done? I think I said I worked on, I didn't bring Whitaker up. Whitaker is a snowman by Stacy Nash. It's one of the animal crackers, and he's been outlined for a long time, and I just worked, when I went to the orthodontist, I just sat there and worked on filling in. I'd like to get him all done in time to decorate for Christmas. He's so cute, and I love snowmen. I have a snowman collection, and he's just going to be perfect in there. So worked on that. And then I told you I didn't think I'd be able to wait. And I justified not making this a birthday start because I really knew I was going to need something for the long car trip to Kansas, something easy to work on. And so I didn't wait to start Liberty's Welcome. After I finished, I think it was right after I finished Autumn Leaves. Yeah, it was on the 9th of August. Isn't that a lovely chart? Isn't that pretty? I shoved this in there the other day. I went ahead and started Liberty's Welcome because, like I said, I knew I was going to want something for a fill-in project in the car. That's my favorite. And so I decided this was perfect, and so I needed to start it so that I could work on it in the car, right? So here it is, Plum Street Samplers, Liberty's Welcome. I absolutely love this one. It's my favorite of the three. I think I said before. I think this will be the only one that I stitch, but I just think it's amazing. So I'm using all the DMC conversion that's listed on here with the couple of changes that Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts made to hers in using the DMC. And I'm really, really pleased with those. So, I know Olivia lists those, I think, either on her FlossTube or on her Instagram, the changes. That's just a couple that she made. I think it's the house color mostly. For Liberty's Welcome, she made a change or two to the DMC. So I started that, and I got busy working on outlining. And I am, like I said, stitching this with the DMC, and I'm stitching this on 36 count, good old, what do you call it, vintage country mocha. It really is it's just such a good linen. It's reasonably priced, and it's just so pretty. And the neat part is too, is that if you really didn't want to use the vintage side, you could use the mocha side, right? So anyway, here is after the car trip. I did all kinds of outlining before we left, and worked on it in the car, and then here's, as of Sunday night, this is where I was. So, let me fold it a little bit. So, you can see I got the house all outlined, the roof, the chimney, the windows up at the top, the little gable windows, all worked in. Most of the windows, there's 2 more windows on the house, but I knew I didn't have to do it all because I knew there was no way I was gonna fill all that in. The door and the kind of the little porch and all the bricks and some of the grass, and I did an L so I could start working on some of the green if I wanted to. And so yeah, I was busy filling in and making progress. So I think what's really neat about this, I think what I'm going to do before I do any other parts of it is I'm going to come in and finish my windows, make sure those are all done, and for sure finish the outline of the grass. Then, or not, I might not finish the outline of the grass. I'll have to think about that. But then what I like is that I can go, come over here, and I know like there's a little flower pot here I could stitch, and there's some things up here, and the border, I could start working on that. that I could start working on some other parts of the sampler and enjoy stitching those parts, but then be able to pull it out when I just need something to fill in. And the nice thing is that it's not all one color. So I've got the dark gray up here on the roof to do fill in. I've got the lighter gray on the house. I've got the green on the grass. So I've got several different colors there to work on fill in. And so if I'm not filling gray, I can do green. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool that I've got multiple colors to fill in. So I have no idea when I'll finish that. I kind of worked on it a good while, and then now I've set it aside just because. Here's all the pretty. They're a little messy from my travels. My pretty DMCs really are pretty. The blue in there. Like this. So I'm really glad that I got to start that and make so much progress on stitching, and so that one's just going to be a really fun one to work on, and I love it already. All right, what else? Another whip. I pulled out last night. I'm not really feeling fallish, but I have felt like pulling out a couple. Ever since I finished the autumn leaves, I thought, well, there's a couple other fall pieces that I'd like to have finished this fall. So last night, stitch what you want when you want, right? I pulled out Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. This came out last year, I think, and I love it. And I would love to have that finished for the fall. So I pulled it out, and I totally forget what I'm stitching this on. Let me pull my notebook out and see if I can tell you. Pause, please, as I look. When did I start this? Feast of Friendship. There it is. There it is. Where is it? Where is it? So I started this last October. And it is on 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R. So this is Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R. And I had the house all finished, so last night I added that color to the roof. I did a couple little motifs over here. And I had already had the pumpkin outline, so I did the stem and the little vine and some of that doodad and started filling in the pumpkins. So I think it'll go really pretty quickly to get this done, and I'm excited about that. I love the blue house, obviously, blue. So I pulled that out last night, and I'm using all the called for overdyes. I figured there's some missing I need to go find. When I pulled it out last night, I had thieved from this one. Robbed Peter to pay Paul. So some of my flosses are in other projects, and I need to go find that when I'm done here so I can continue working on this. So I worked on that last night, and I do think I'm going to continue working on that some for a few days, and see how much progress I can make on that. So I think those are all my whips. Pretty sure. Alright. Let me clean up a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright. Time for some haul. I don't have a ton of haul. I have some quilty haul, but I'll show you that in my next QuiltyTube video. But a little bit. I showed you the frames that I found on Etsy, and I'll put a link below for those. And I showed you my linens, my two linens for the Blackbird for the birds that I got, the Oaken and the Wren. That was from Heart's Desire when I was there. And then the other thing I got from Heart's Desire also has to do with my plan. So I bought the remaining flosses that I needed. Really pretty. Ooh, look at those weeks. Colors, they're so beautiful. So I knew I needed these because a sweet stitchy friend out there has loaned me her copy of the ES Spot motif sampler from of Female Worth. It's an out of print chart, and I don't have it with me here to show you, but that is definitely one of my unicorn charts, and so I was really excited to get to use it and borrow it and stitch it. It's just a really gorgeous sampler. I will insert a picture here. So like I said, it's out of print and really impossible to find, so I was really excited when this person offered to let me use hers, and so I bought, I'm sure I have a piece of linen that's going to work, and I bought the remaining threads that I needed, and that is going to be my birthday start in September. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I got the rest of those flosses, and I got that chart. That was a gift. And then the other thing I got, this was Total Enable from Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. This had been one of her unicorn charts, and she had used, I think she got hers from Stacy Nash. It's not a pretty picture. It's just a black and white, but it's Cherry Hollow Farm sampler from Stacy Nash Primitives, and I bought the PDF on her Etsy website. Stacy Nash has an Etsy shop, and you can buy PDFs of lots of her patterns, so that's real exciting. So I saw Olivia's finish, and I thought, oh, okay, fine. I give in. She did that to me with Liberty Was Welcome too. I saw her finish, and I just caved and had to do Liberty's Welcome. So I bought this, and I don't have any plans to start it just yet, but it is such a pretty sampler. I'll insert a color picture here. So you can still get this on her Etsy shop and stitch it up, and it's just beautiful. So I love that. I'm so glad that I get to add that to my stash. So what are my plans? Told you about my birthday start in September, which is also Sampler September and Sampler September Soiree, September Sampler Soiree. I know the one with the soiree, that hashtag is if you're stitching a sampler reproduction, and then the Sampler September is for other samplers. So I love that. I love samplers more than anything else, and so I'm really excited to start that on my birthday, and I know I'm going to work on samplers all of September because that's kind of what I work on most of the time anyway. So I'm going to do that, work on Feast of Friendship, and maybe pick up Mighty Acorn by Blackbird Designs. That's in the Winds of Autumn book. I had started this. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oop. There it is. The Mighty Acorn, is that what it's called? Is my favorite chart out of the Mighty Acorn, out of the Blackbird Designs Winds of Autumn book. This is my favorite chart, called Mighty Acorn. So I have it started, and I'd actually really like to work on this one too. Well, I think I could finish that for fall. So my friend Bonnie, Log Cabin Stitcher, and I started this last year. I think it was last year. It was some point. So I really want to get back to that. Bonnie, you ready to pick this one back up? I'm ready to stitch on this one too. So plan there, and then samplers and the ES Spot Motif sampler. Just really so many beautiful things to stitch, and I'm so blessed that I get to have this hobby, and that and quilting, and it's just beautiful. I'm just so thankful. Okay, so alrighty. Next is the giveaway. So what I'd like to do in honor of getting over 5,000 subscribers on my FlossTube channel, I would like to do a share my stash giveaway. So I have two prizes, so you can win one of the two, and I will get those mailed out to you. And so I think I would love to hear from you what sampler, if you're going to participate in Sampler September, what are you going to be stitching? And do you love samplers? Do you not love samplers? Have you not even tried a sampler yet? I am all about samplers. It's just, that's where my heart is for cross stitch. So are you going to stitch Sampler September? And if so, what is your focus going to be, or what are your plans for Sampler September? So somehow in your comment, tell me all about your Sampler September plans, or whether you even like samplers. Let's just talk samplers. Or tell me a sampler that maybe is your very favorite. So all sampler talk in the comments, and other stuff too. You can always ask me questions. You can always, I don't know, just give me encouragement, whatever. Y'all are the best. I love reading all the comments. It's so much fun. So comment something about samplers. And then the first prize is going to be a fall package. So 2 charts. This is one prize. One of them is my copy of Autumn Leaves that I'm done with by the Prairie Schooler. And then secondly, I have a copy of Boo to You by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And so this has a real September, fall feel to it. So you can win this package, both of these charts, and you just have to use the word fall. So in your comment, tell me about your samplers, but I want you to use the word fall if you want to win this, those charts. And then another giveaway is, this is something I'm not going to stitch. I started it just a teeny bit, and I just don't think I'm going to return to it. So this is Nativity Berry by Erica Michaels. It is beautiful. I just don't think I want to stitch it. So I thought it would be fun to share this with you, and maybe you can get it stitched up in time for Christmas. And so I'm also going to include with it the linen that I bought to stitch it on. You can see I did a few stitches there. Rip them out if you want, but I thought I'd leave them in case you didn't want to rip them out. And I kind of noted what colors I was going to use. So anyway, this is another prize, Nativity Berry. And so if you want to be entered to win this prize, use the word berry. So fall and berry, B-E-R-R-Y. And so I would just ask that you like the video and be a subscriber, and kind of all the rules for giveaways, don't say giveaway, all that jazz. And I will draw those on my next FlossTube and get those out to you, so that hopefully you can be stitching those for fall and Christmas. So I think that's all I have to share. If I've left anything out or made any mistakes, or if you have any questions, please let me know, because I would be happy to answer any questions in the comments. You can also email me. I love getting my emails. You can find me on Instagram. So all that information is down below in the little drop down box thing. So leave me a comment and enter to win the giveaway. Thank you for subscribing. This has been such a fun journey. So I think that's really all I have to share. Somebody had said recently, I missed you sharing, maybe I didn't really share anything about faith in a couple of videos, or maybe it was just real short, and somebody had said that they missed that, and so I know that's not for everyone, but it is an essential part of who I am, is my faith and my love of the Lord. And so I was thinking, these past few days with COVID kind of getting all crazy again, I'm really having to buckle down and focus on the Lord. And I just keep thinking, Jesus, I trust in you. And if it's God's will, it's going to happen. And if it's not God's will, it's not going to happen. And so that everything that He has planned for me, for my life, no matter what that is, it could be tragic, and I don't want tragic. I'm not asking for tragic or hard. Who asks for that, right? But I know that whatever does come my way, whether it's tragic or hard or joyful or exciting or fun or bringing consolation and peace, that it is all part of his good plan for me and what he wants to accomplish in my life through those things, and to give him glory in all the things, not just in the happy. And so I just really find myself kind of having to say, Jesus, I trust in you. I know that you've got this. This is not in my hands. This is not my job to worry about this. This is you. You've known this since time began, and it's not a surprise to you what we're going through right now. So I guess my prayer right now, for myself, for my family, for all of you, of course, is health and safety in this time. But my prayer also is that we can all just really rely heavily on Jesus, and just keep saying to ourselves, Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. And I want to ask him that he will allow me to give him glory through whatever he sends my way. So I'm praying for all of you. I'm so thankful for all of you, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments and hearing from you. And I'll be back soon with my next installment of a QuiltyTube with my tutorial that I've been doing on beginning quilting. So be watching for that. And probably ought to do a QuiltyTube at some point as well. So it's just been so much fun to chat with you today, and I'm so glad you're here. And I will see you in another couple weeks for FlossTube number 26. And until then, be blessed. And remember, trust in Jesus. Amen. Bye.